Before joining the PGIP Tech software development internship team, I had no experience working with and learning from other developers. With excitement, anticipation, and a bit of anxiety, I projected a set of learning goals to help drive my internship experience. My first goal was to complete 2 fully independent C# projects. As C# was my academic language of focus, I became aware that such projects would shape the beginning of my portfolio. Up to this point in my studies, none of my courses led me to complete a full project or application, as each assignment was more of a learning exercise. Ultimately, I did not quite meet this goal. In fact, the only individual C# project I worked on was a brick breaker game in Unity. This was a great experience, as it was my first time using Unity or attempting to make a game. I completed a functional stage with scorekeeping, life tracking, and object interaction. I was also able to employ my creative roots by creating my own animated 2D sprites. I enjoyed this portion of the project so much that I led a masterclass detailing how to create, import, and work with sprites within Unity. Though I did not complete any other individual C# tasks, I did complete a couple more projects on my own. I was introduced to responsive web page design using WordPress and the Elementor plugin. Again, I enjoyed this process so much that I purchased my own domain and the pro version of the plugin. I created 2 websites that could be entered into my portfolio with just a few more personal touches, and I plan on using this new skill to create my own personal portfolio site as well as a website for my daughter. Though I did not initially plan on spending so much time learning web design, this did play into my second goal. This goal was to become more adaptable and learn more tools and languages. The main goal was to develop more front-end development skills. In addition to WordPress, Elementor, and CSS, I dove into JavaScript. I completed the first part of a JavaScript tutorial series called JavaScript in Depth. This culminated in the creation of a simple blackjack simulation program. This 34-part video series covered variables, loops, arrays, maps, objects, and more. Coding with a team was another goal. Not only did I participate in and lead some code reviews, I was able to peer code remotely on a number of projects, often with more experienced developers, which was an incredibly positive and productive learning experience. I collaborated on larger team projects such as the Ancient Civilization subscriber-backed social media website and a bookstore inventory application programmed in C# and MVC with an SQL database. As another goal was to begin building a diverse portfolio, all the projects I completed certainly helped accomplish this task. Of course, my portfolio will continue to grow and evolve as I gain more experience. This will all go toward improving my resume, which was my final goal going into my PGIP Tech internship. Finally, as an unintended goal and achievement, I was made co-lead of the software development team. This provided many leadership learning opportunities. I was able to gain a certificate in both management information systems as well as management leadership. I conducted tasks such as approving intern timesheets, running timesheet reports, evaluating the team, assigning tasks, and leading meetings. More so, I was incredibly humbled to be placed in a role of support for my peers. Learning became addictive during my internship. I leaned heavily on the supplied tasks, documentation, wikis, and tutorials. However, I learned the most just working with other interns, mentors, and managers, whether during code reviews, peer coding, or just chatting within the group. Marjorie and the entire PGIP Tech team worked hard to provide all the tools necessary for success. 3 people in particular were incredibly generous of their time and knowledge. My team manager Angela, my team leader and mentor Jordan, and my co-lead Melanie. However, everyone I encountered in my time had relevant insights to share. I definitely learned that the best way to progress is to just keep working and coding. The benefits of my time within the PGIP Tech internship can be easily evaluated and validated. I completed several tasks and projects, both individually and as part of a team. Each of these projects can be added to my portfolio. I achieved 2 leadership certificates that may help my resume or LinkedIn profile. The new JavaScript, WordPress, leadership, and web skills will definitely go on my resume, and they will also improve my networking radius. I feel much more confident in my resume now. Previous to this experience, I suffered from imposter syndrome and didn't feel I lived up to the skills listed on my resume. I now feel as though I am accurately and honestly representing myself, and I have a clear path of the direction I'd like to head in. I do feel that my knowledge and experience in Git and GitHub was a bit lacking upon beginning my internship. GitLab plays a large role in the program. While my academic classes touched on this a bit, I do think that it's an important enough element in modern software development that more focus on Git would benefit students. My overall impression of my internship experience is that it was, by a large margin, the most fulfilling and most beneficial aspect of my entire Purdue education. As an Excel track student who was siloed from other students and often left feeling unsupported, I only wish that a similar program in some form was offered from the very beginning of my educational journey. I felt the passion from all involved, from my instructor Glenn Genowin to VP Marjorie Ferre to the amazing Dr. Priest, whom I was only able to appreciate through the inspirational recordings she left behind. I can't help but praise this program to everyone I speak to, and I encourage all software development students to join PGIP Tech.